Alright, I think we can get the party started. I'm gonna say it one more time. Alright, I think we can get the party started. Let me quickly check the stream. Alright, I think we can... Seems like stream is running well, chats are here, everything seems to be as it should be. That's amazing. Alright, now let's seriously get this party started. I'm gonna set it 4th time, just to be completely sure, and let me actually play on some music. This time I'm hopefully not gonna get a copyright claim, that wasn't fun. Alright, let's get this party started. One more time, let me prepare. Alright, let's get this party started. In this stream / lighter video, I will be lighting the scene here in Unreal Engine 5.1 completely from scratch. It's a scene for a cinematic video game that I am making. I will soon have released the video. You will have a later link in the description in case you are watching this as a video. It's originally here a stream, and let's get started and not waste time. Alright. So, first of all, I already have here some very basic lighting from a directional light right here, I believe. Just as a detail, for global illumination, I'm using Lumen, since it's Unreal Engine 5 and it's kind of a key feature. So, in case you don't know how to select it, you can find it here in the project setting and find here a global illumination. Alright, and later we will also do some post-production. So what I will do here is start from complete scratch and then end up with a fully lit and done scene, hopefully. We will see how it will go. So we already have here some directional light that's aiming at a certain direction. So what we gotta do with it is to first maybe figure out its intensity and how much we want it to affect the scene. Since this whole scene is supposed to be on the asteroid, we probably shouldn't have too strong of a light, since because if the asteroid was too close to the sun, it would kind of burn everyone there. So that means it's probably pretty far from the sun. So let's try to adjust it and weaken it by a lot. And it will be probably a bit more realistic if we make the light a little bit screwed to the yellow warmer part of the spectrum, and let's maybe do it with an actual temperature adjustment. So by the way, I'm diving here onto the site so I can see some questions. Hopefully, in case you have some questions as viewers, you can ask them and I can address that. So all right, let's increase then the temperature of it to the decrease. Yeah, we are decreasing the temperature because going lower. Let's try something around that. Could give us pretty good result. But on the other hand, if I keep it blue, colder, more on the blue side, we are gonna see much better element of this frozen planet, since there is pretty strong association with blue and white parts with freezing. So it could be actually maybe a better idea, even though it's not much realistic when it comes to light spectrum, to go into the whiter scene. Yeah, let's try that and just decrease its intensity. Let's see how low we can get before we do quick rebuild. Alright, I think this looks pretty decent. Do we have here a reflection cube? I don't think we have here a reflection cube yet. So let's start by adding here that. So we have here a light, spotlight. No, we want a reflection cube. And since they completely reworked the setting, I usually don't try to look through the categories here and just find all settings, all classes, and find here the proper one. So let's put here a reflection cube. It's gonna cover all of this. Probably a better idea since I have here a bunch of metallic materials. So that should be good. We also get quite a bit of lighting from these particle effects. So I would probably try to decrease the lights from there. Let me change a pawn so I can actually simulate the game. Right now I have there a VR pawn and we can look at it from the VR point of view towards the end, but let's not handle it right now. It already does create some really nice lighting just with these particle effects, but I think that's a bit too strong. So what I would do is to decrease it quite a bit. Let's see. And the particle effect emitter, sadly it's a cascade, it's not Niagara. It would be much easier to set up set it up with Niagara. We have here our color overlight, and we are moving between 50, 20. That's pretty good, and we end up on 200. That's a lot. Let's maybe set it to something a bit lower. Let's try like 70 and 20 and 10. That should give us some pretty nice result. And am I even manipulating the glow here? Let's see. We have here our color overlight. No, I don't think we are. Okay, let's look at the last one then. And that's again 200. So let's see, what did I switch it to? It was 70, 20 and 10. Let's try that. So 70, 20 and 10. And is that a third one? Yeah, this is lower. So let's do 50, 10 and 5. And hopefully that should give us a bit better result. Okay, there is still way too much shininess around that, way too much emission, but we can adjust it later with a post-processing. I think this will be a better choice. Alright, let's do a quick rebuild. Let's ignore these snow particles just spawning from the air. No one is gonna hopefully climb up here to check it. So let's just do a quick rebuild. And we need to build a reflections as well. So in that case, let's build on all levels. Hopefully it's not gonna take too long. Alright. Of course we have to recompile the shaders, why shouldn't we? And I have here some error as well. Let's see what's set up here. We have here some doubling static meshes, so let's fix that. Are we crashing? Wouldn't be the first time today. Nah, good. Alright, some overlapping UVs, that's fine. Let's we don't care about overlapping UVs, but I had here some object with overlapping meshes. That's a problem. So what that probably means is that these two meshes are on top of each other. Yep. Let's get rid of one and see what lighting we have now. And for some reason my ship disappears every time I build lighting, which is a bit disturbing, not gonna lie. I really like how the particle effects lit the center of the ship, or the crash ship. That adds some really nice effect. I would maybe decrease... Well, I would like to see my ship would be the first thing. I think the last time I fixed it just by recompiling the blueprint. Seems like it doesn't load it after building the lighting, for some strange reason. Don't ask me why, doesn't make much sense. Let's see, we have here floating ship. So if I just recompile it, it does show up. That's hilarious. Alright, we have here some robots talking to the PC. So let's see if we could adjust some lighting here first. Let's maybe first work with a directional light before we get into any further. I'm gonna maybe add a little tiny bit of blue there. Let's see if we are really going with the bluer, colder lighting. We can go as well all in. Temperature is increased, that's good. We are definitely gonna cast shadows. And let's see if we can increase a little bit more our indirect lighting. So let's say by default it's 1, right? I would like to do about, let's try actually 2. Let's go a bit crazy. Increase intensity and light color. Yeah, let's not mess with volumetric scattering. And we can keep rest of it here. Let's maybe look a little bit about our light source angle. How much do we want them to reflect? Relative to the receiver. I think if we increase this, we should get reflections to more sides after photons hit the surface, right? Relative to the receiver effect. I think so. Hope I'm not messing it up right now. Don't want to Google it at the moment, but that would be an option. So let's see. Let's also, since we have increased the indirect lighting, I will try to use this directional light as a bit of a ambient, or in Unreal it's called global light. How is it called in Unreal? Skylight. As sort of a skylight. So I want to have it stronger from one direction, but still affect quite a bit the rest of the world. So let's try even 3. It's gonna be very intense, but we can try to decrease our light intensity even to something like this. Let's see, what will this give us? We are probably getting here some reflections from these materials because there is quite a bit of white. Let's try to rebuild it. And now we should be able to rebuild just lighting. Alright, that's very dark. It's maybe even a bit too dark. Oh, we can adjust it in a bit. These reflections are nice. How much of these reflections is getting in here? It's not bad. I kinda like this. Alright, let's... I was thinking about doing emissions here just with emissive materials, because that could work pretty well. Do you think, guys? I think that could work. Let's try that. So, yeah, we also don't have here important volume, so I would probably start with that. Let's try to be optimized, or at least let's try to pretend to be optimized. So we have here a volume, light, volumetric, light mass importance volume, and let's put it in here. For some reason I thought that they got completely rid of the need for a light important volume when Lumen came out, but it's still very, very useful. And it increases the speed of building the light immensely, so we can do that here. Let's do somewhere around here. Alright. And now, let's start by decreasing the light from the emissive materials we have here. So this thing is way too bright. So let's start by decreasing it. We have here our scientific device. That's clearly a very professional name. You can tell because it has a lot of graphs in it. That's all good. Data on. Yes, you can see it's reading data. That's nice. And do we have here some increase in the emissive right here? Emissive strength. Let's see. It's on 1. Let me see how much we can work with it. Right, way too much. Let's do 0.6, maybe 0.8, and we could try to, oh no, this, not this, wrong material, well, wrong window. What we can do here is to add here different color. Wait, am I even? That's disabling it? Why is it disabled when this is checked? That's strange. It should be the opposite. Alright, let's see if we can figure out the better color. I could put it into red. That would make more sense since this is supposed to be quite a bad scene. Since, hey, you know, the door has been crashed and snow is going inside and the player will freeze to death very soon. Where is my door? Did my door disappear as well? Alright, let's first find the door. Is that some new kind of a bug that the objects start disappearing after you rebuild lighting? That's another thing that needs to be worked on apparently. Alright, let's get back to this emissive lighting here. I like the idea of putting it a little bit towards red. So let's see how much can we do that without going too hard into a contrast with our dear friend here. Or we could put here some actual lights on the sides. That's probably gonna lead to a better result. So let's maybe leave this now, put it a little bit into blue to really portray the colors we have there. And we can increase the strength of it, but decrease the brightness, which should give us exactly this. Much more control over which color is actually emissively being projected. Alright, that's good. That's pretty good. Let me see. I would like to get my chat back. Thank you very much. It was for some reason disappearing. Alright. So we have this here. We have all that. I had here some models with lighting. So let's get here a light. I believe those were just a 3D models, so we can get them in here. We have these two. Oh, can I get it, please? Thank you very much. And we are probably gonna put these on the ceiling in a bit. Is there some material on it as well? Could we just use this? Do I have access to it? I do actually maybe have access to it. Let's see, that could simplify my life. Alright, you know what? Let's have an idea. Oh well. We will see. We can possibly, we have two options right now. What I'm thinking is we could either just work with this emissive parameter, which will have approximately the same result as just putting there the actual models with the lights. But the model will look probably a bit more realistic. But as I said, this is a scene that will be just for a short gameplay video they're making. So it doesn't necessarily matter that much. So it's probably better if I keep it like this. Yeah, let's keep it like this. And how are we gonna do a lighting? I think that using material collection will be the best. Let's do that. So I'm just gonna create here a quick material collection that I will control with some blueprint manager, so I can have dynamic lights while playing the game. So something that's gonna be like boop, boop, boop. I hope that's descriptive enough. Alright, but we still could use these at least to have some lighting on the side, because as much as I like living in the darkness, this is way too dark for the player. I mean, we could compensate it, but it's better if we paint it with a light. So, alright, we have here this thing, and the light is set here with a material. That's a material with a parameter, and what we will do is to replace our emissive material with a material collection. So for that, we are gonna get... Oh, wait, give me a content drawer. By the way, I don't know if it's a new... Oh, okay, now it works. In some projects, when I create a new project in Unreal, it just doesn't let me dock. It's quite strange. I mean, Unreal 5.1 and 5 is great, but it's not sure if I would use it for production quite yet. Alright, we have a polar. Let's create here that material collection. So no, that's a material. That's not a material collection. So right click. Okay, geez, I probably don't have to document it that much. Let's find here a material parameter collection. And material parameter collection will be light collection. And with this, we are gonna need a 2. Are we gonna influence intensity as well? It will be probably easier if we have it and then just not use it than the other way around. So let's add here a intensity parameter and a color parameter, and I will probably need more of them. So let's put here two vectors. One will be alarm light, and the other one can be just a regular light. Rather have them than not have them, I suppose. Alright, yes, save all of it. Thank you very much. And after we do that, we can Let's put the content browser on some better place. There we go. Now it's starting to look like actually useful UI. So for that we can have the emissive light, adjust the master. And what we are gonna set up here is to simply replace it with our material collection. So we have a parameter name for intensity and for regular light. So let's connect intensity here instead of strength. And then if we duplicate it, let's add here a this should be a regular light, I believe. Indeed, let's put it here. By default it will be black, which is to be expected. And now we are gonna do the similar thing for our lights here. Let's look into the setting here. Yeah, a bunch of setting, emissive, light flickering. Oh, it has some light flickering already. I'm just gonna do it in the blueprints. It's gonna be a bit easier for me to handle. I don't want to deal with that, so I'm just gonna disconnect it. That's how you deal with your problems, just disconnect from them. Recommend it, 10 out of 10 doctors recommend. Alright, and we are gonna take a alarm light multiplied by emissive intensity. But then I will have to, I will have to create, now that I have realized it, I will have to create another intensity, since I will probably want to use different intensity for alarm and for regular light. Yeah, so let's call this intensity alarm. Wait, now I got confused. What did I set up here? This is alarm light, and this should be alarm intensity. Let's set it as the emissive color. I hope it's not using any mask that I just strategically got rid of. Now I think we are good. And with the emissive on this thing, it's a regular light and intensity. Yeah, that should be good. Alright, so now if you look in our material collection, let's set up here, oh, pardon me. Let's set up here some nice lighting. So for a regular light, let's do just one white light and the alpha. And let's set its intensity to like 20 by default. Alright, well, that's not enough. Let's do like 50. Should be good. And then for our alarm lights, we have them right there. Let's set the intensity by default to 30, and the color will be, of course, red, because we all... Okay, that's maybe a bit too strong. Hello? Oh, yeah, maybe I should have set there some kind of a mask. Is it really setting on the whole material? Okay, yeah, never mind. Let me fix that real quick. Let me see what kind of masking are they using here. I was wondering why there is such a collaborate setup. Alright, we have a emissive color that's multiplied by a red channel here. So I have to take this mask and multiply my alarm light by this and set it as a alarm color. That should give us what we are looking for. Yep, that seems correct. That seems correct. Alright, waiting. Still waiting. Waiting a long time. Right, let me rearrange my windows. There we go. And that should give us what we are looking for. There we go. Alright. Alright, we have an intensity alarm that we can adjust and use it as some... Hey, there is a hole. In case you haven't noticed the hole, there is a red light that tells you something's wrong. Good. So now let's also take these lights and put few of them here on the sides. Let's see, where are we gonna put them? Well, it wouldn't make much sense to put them on the ceiling since we have lighting there already. So what we could do is to just try to put it. I'll probably make it bigger. Collectively, let's try like 3. And let me actually set it to unlit, because that light is disturbing and it's difficult to see actual layout with the light here. Alright, where would you put the light if you were engineering a hangar on asteroid? You're coming from, well, you're not coming from here, you're coming from here. You will have some light thrown from the window here, but you probably wanna stay in light, so let's assume it will be on the walls. Let's for some reason put it right as a connections between walls, because it doesn't need to make sense. There we go. And if we do that here and here, it's gonna be hopefully pretty decent. Alright. I would maybe put them low. Now let's leave them here. And do we want to put another? Let's put just one in front of the door, and let's replace this terrible static mesh with something doable. So let's replace it with this thing and put another light right here. Rotating. There we go. Alright, keeping this thing here. Right on top of the window. That's a door, but the entrance part stays if you enter through the door, through the window. Jeez, I'm really mumbling today. Alright, we can keep this one here. Then we can take out 2 lights from here. Right click, copy them, Control C, Control V, and mirror them on different axes than I just set. So that was X. Let's try to not get it as the last one. So it should be. Sure, it's not X. I would bet it is X. Let's try mirror Z. No. Try Y. Ah, yeah, that's it. But why do I have it here as X? It's probably switching between local and world direction. I think I should be already at the world direction. Wait, this is not the direction it's supposed to go. It is in local direction. I thought so. That was weird. Alright, let's switch it to world and move it now. Okay, now it makes more sense. Alright. Now we have to compensate for that mess up we did with a local rotation. But other than that, should be pretty symmetrical. Let's see. Back to a local and get here some nice result. Alright, let's see how it looks like if we play. If here's some shiny light, it's not shining much, but it is shining. So let's try to adjust our material collection. Material collection, where did I hide it? Have here a light and the light collection. There we go. Alright, so regular light will have to have much higher. Let's try like a much higher intensity. So let's try like 200 or maybe even 300. And default, let's try like 30 for the alarm. Okay. Then we got some nice... Oh, they are on the floor as well. I should have realized that. Okay, that's fine. I did not expect that, but I will pretend I did. So let's see what it will give me with rebuild lighting. I will have to obviously decrease the intensity there. But we can probably give it pretty good mood if we work with the lighting a bit more. Let's see. Alright. Right, all looks good. Perfect. Alright, what else can we do? A lot of it will come together after we after we start putting post-processing behind it, but right now it's starting to slowly move in the direction that I like. It's still very, well, red. Huh, this does accidentally look pretty good. Alright, we have lighting there. Oh, looks good. Alright. In that case, I would put here some manager, some blueprint manager that will take care of this lighting and light flickering for us. So let's create here a blueprint. It's gonna be just a light manager. Let's do it with a timeline. No reason not to use timeline. Whatever they tell you on the forum, there is no reason. Hey, you are there. No matter what they tell you on the forum, there is no reason not to use timelines. But here, timelines, they have their very specific use. That's very useful. Hello, David. Welcome here. And we are gonna create here a float track, and the float track will be. Let's move it between 0 and 1. It's gonna be a bit easier to handle. So we are gonna have here two really nice. We can use it as an alpha, and then we can actually, outside of this timeline, adjust how much it is adding or decreasing. That's gonna be a bit easier to handle. So let's call this as a alarm light, and our alarm light will be setting a parameter in material collection. Right click, set material scalar parameter value on the collection, that's light collection, and its intensity of the alarm. And let's always clamp it between, let's do 5 and 20. And right now we are moving between 0 and 1, which means it will be always 5. So we will want to get to, let's try just multiplying it by 2 and see what that will give us. Alright. 20? No, let's try just by 2 right now, and then we can get it to, we can get better values. So let's keep this on looping and start right from the game. Right from the start. Alright, wait, why is it? Well, you of course have to add it to the game as well. Wait, that's the most common mistake anyone has to make in Unreal. It's just hilarious. Alright. We are constant, okay, yeah, it has to be 20, not 2. Alright, that's not bad. I think we could work with that. Alright. I like this. Let's keep it on about 17. Let's try 17 multiplied by 17, and we're gonna keep this. That's all good. And from there on, let's let's not loop it and play. We are gonna play it automatically, but let's add here a bit of a flickering, so it's not that smooth. And you may be thinking that's probably gonna cause some repeated loop, and you are absolutely right. But what we will do with that is a little trick where we put here a delay. We can just actually, we have a new delay, so delay until next tick. That was something that was in C++. I always wished we had in blueprints. It's so useful. We just wanna wait for a tick, and then get a timeline and set play rate, and we are gonna randomize that play rate. So even though we are actually playing the same pattern, we are playing it at different speed, which effectively does randomize it usually enough to create effect that it looks like it's a bunch of different patterns. Let's try between 0.8 and 1.5. Gonna set it after delay, and then let's set it all back from start. Alright, let's try that. Okay, that's not bad. We're spending too much time between shiny and not shiny at all, so let's keep this back on 20, and we can move between 3 and 25. Let's see what that will give us. I quite like this. I think this could get a... Oh, let's go upstairs. I think this is pretty good. Now if we play a bit with a play rate, what's the default? It's 2 seconds. I think we can sometimes have it much shorter. So higher play rate means faster speed. So let's set between 1 and 2.5. That should give us quite a nice randomness. Okay. I think this is quite nice. Look at those RTX reflections. Amazing. I like this. The pattern is pretty good. Let's keep this in here. And we are gonna save it all. And wait, is the lighting built right now? It should be, right? Yeah, it is. Alright. So let's get rid of that printing. That could get a bit obnoxious. I can't pronounce it, come on. And let's see what we can do with our lighting. Should I give up on lighting the whole camera, whole scene with emissiveness? Let's see if we can just increase it. Yeah, if we increase, let's actually try to animate it. That could get us pretty good result. Let's copy the whole thing, and this time we are gonna be setting emissiveness of the pure intensity. And let's try here a similar pattern. Somewhere around this. Can I just paint here amoeba? Something like that. That would be pretty cool. Alright. Let's try this. And we are setting not a timeline, but timeline 01, which as we all know we should name our stuff, so let's call this light timeline, and the first one was alarm timeline. Alright, and for this one we want to set a light timeline. And let's try to multiply this by 50, and we are gonna with 0 to 50, so let's cap it between 50 and let's try 200. You know, you never know what nice result you can get if you are gonna go crazy with numbers. Well, I can tell you already, you get pretty bad result. Am I playing it from the start though? Yeah, it is. Alright, let's try 100 and print me the value. Let's see. Okay, we spent way too much time on... Alright, let's slow this down. Let's go between 0.1 and 0.4. And let's try between 150 and 300. Alright. Wait, why is it kept on 150? Oh. Hello? Are we not printing? It shouldn't be that slow. What's happening here? You know what? I'm just gonna set this one manually. It's gonna be probably easiest. Let's say that we want to be moving between 200 on the base and then move kind of like this. Let's see what that will give us. I know that's completely different pattern than I said before, but hey, it's at least more interesting. Alright, we're gonna update it. Let's see what we get from that. Okay, that's not bad. Maybe set it even higher. Oh, let's just move this whole thing up and see what we get there. Oh, I mean, you can always multiply it or divide it, right? That would have been a better solution. Okay. I like this. That's good. That's good. So let's also add there a little bit of an ambient light. So we can take the light and skylight. And we are gonna... Let's see, what kind of mood are we gonna get here? We already have a bunch of red, so let's maybe balance it a bit with a yellow. Just a tiny bit. One should be probably good. We have it on the stationary, so let's rebuild lighting. And then we can get to putting post-processing on it, and actually... My ship disappeared again. That's nice, thank you. And actually getting rid of this bloom on all the lighting, because that's way too intense. We just want light from it, we don't want actual bloom. Because especially in VR, it's quite a bad idea. So, alright. Let's see what we are getting here. Well, first of all, I would really appreciate having my ship and door back. I have to apparently recompile blueprints now after building lighting, because reasons. I would actually really love to know what's the reason for that. It's such a strange bug. Alright. It's still pretty dark. So... may want to increase that ambient light a bit. Skylight... no, we don't want to capture it in real time. Let's try like 3 and light color... Alright, building one more time. I think there is some compensation with the camera that's causing the blackness, so I'm gonna start with the post-processing and set it to override whatever the camera is doing. Alright, now King of the Hill, our final frontier, that's the post-process volume. Gonna set it to unbound. And let's start with the magic. Alright, my blueprints please. It really messes up the composition if that huge ship is not there on the start when designing the light. It's like, oops, doesn't work. Alright, so first of all, limit the bloom like crazy, because what's this? We don't want this. Intensity is fun, no, but we want just a tiny bit of it, and we definitely don't want it this huge. So default is 6, let's try 0.3 and really work with the threshold there. We could actually maybe even do a convolution, since it's, like I said, it's gonna be rendered in the on the pretty strong computer. It's not gonna end up in the realistic, in the actual game-like scenario. So I can actually have a super hardcore emissiveness. Let's try. Wait, I haven't worked with convolution that much. So let's see if we can get some nice result here. I still want to see shapes of things, but while seeing the emissiveness, this is nice. Let's see how it's gonna end up if we increase the intensity. Okay, this is starting to look pretty decent. Okay, it's lighting the whole scene, that's good. Get some nice reflections here. There was some weird flickering, but is it just with the movement? If that's the case, then we can probably ignore it. Okay, I think this is good enough. Let's keep on going. We can keep the post-processing as it is, and let's work with a exposure, because that's the biggest killer right now. Oh wait, is it exposure or is it... No, I think it is in exposure, right? The setting of the actual darkness and brightness of the scene. Exposure compensation, we can keep... Wait, is it... Let's leave it like this. And now we have here minimum evolution. No, there should be like a minimum brightness, minimum darkness, and I can't remember where it is. We definitely don't want vignette. Okay. We have here the depth. No, wait, what is it? It must be here. Let's see, is it... Did they rename it? Ah, okay, they did rename it. Alright, and then how am I supposed to not see it? Alright, hey, guys, can I recompensate, please? Thank you. Alright, we have by default our maximum exposure is on 20. We can probably keep that, and let's see if we can put this one on 0. What we will get from it, still way too dark. Minimum brightness, let's say minimum brightness to 10. This should make it brighter, not darker. What are you doing? Let's see. Maximum exposure. Oh, that's maximum brightness, but maximum brightness shouldn't affect it. You can try it though. No, of course not. You can set the maximum brightness to something higher, but that's not the actual issue we are fighting here with right now. Let's see. if we set this higher, it should set our minimum brightness to higher. And the question is, why is that not happening? I mean, we can compensate it with something else, but still. Is it because it's the automatic? Wait, max bounces? No, that's still lighting. I'm just blind. It's fine. We have here our minimum evolution. Bloom. No, we have already worked with bloom. We are not getting there. Exposure compensation. And also, could I get this recalculated, please? I have to rebuild lighting. It probably just needs to recheck it. Alright. Oh wait, do I maybe... was it in here? And manual? No. Alright, that's not really what I'm looking for. Alright, let's see if we can... oh, okay. Now it's starting to look decent. It's quite annoying that we have to actually wait for it. And why does it look different in the actual scene? Is that the camera having higher priority? We can, if that's the case, we can just set a priority for this post process to be higher. Alright. Wait, and there's a histogram in it. Okay, maybe we need to adjust this one, let's say. This one to 0. No, we should go the other way around. Ah, that's annoying. Why would minimum be here higher? If you go higher with a minimum, it should have the dark scenes brighter. That doesn't seem to be the case now. Okay, this is nice. No, we are definitely not gonna do any curvature. Let's just do it into like with real camera. Let's set the aperture speed. We want more light, so we want to increase it. Let's try 5.4 and shutter speed. If I can't set shutter speed here, okay, never mind. And we can have a maximum aperture higher, let's say 0.8. Oh, it's the automatic light compensation that's messing it for me right now. I think so. Alright. In that case, I think we can look into the... do we wanna have lens flares? Okay, that's a lot of lens flares. Lens flares are one of those things that look really cool and everyone always wants to use them, but in the actual game it's kind of just not that good. It looks cool, but practically it's completely useless. Okay, normally I would probably add a little bit of vignetta, but since I'm gonna see this mostly with VR headset, I'm not gonna mess with any vignetta. So let's just look into the color grading. Like we said, we want to have the scene a little bit colder. Let's not go crazy cold, but colder. Color temperature, sorry. Ah, okay, I see, that was the difference. I thought that higher should be colder. So let's look in here. Alright. That's still it still takes a while for it to automatically compensate. I don't really like that. I'm thinking about having to, and that weird flickering is disturbing to say the least. Alright, let's talk with the person. Hello, sir. Wait. Ah, okay, I do have a number.
Hi there.
Hey.
I'm glad to meet you.
Thank you, that's so nice. Oh wait, I can actually say to him, thank you, that's so nice. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Well, I'm kind of freezing to death, you know? Have you seen this hall?
That's not good. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, anything you could do for me?
Aye, Captain. Let's get to work. I'll do my best to help you.
I am freezing to death. I don't need excitement or enthusiasm. I need to get out of here.
I understand.
Do you?
I'll do my best to help you get out of here safely.
Alright, what specific thing can you do to get me out of here? She's not very helpful.
I can help you troubleshoot the broken door and restore the temperature in the hangar.
I don't think we need troubleshooting. It's literally broken. There is a huge hole in it. We know what the trouble is.
Good idea would be to find a replacement door. I can help you search for one.
That would be great, thanks.
Pleasure. Let's...
That's amazing. Now I managed to put all the things that are annoying about humans to robots. Jesus, what have I done? Alright, yeah, let's get back to lighting. Okay, so it seems like it automatically compensates after a while. But it still takes way too long. I should just increase the speed of the compensation, right? Alright, let's so it just should be less in per second, should be less than 0. It doesn't make sense. Let's just increase this. No, let's decrease it. None of it seems to be working. You know what, I'm thinking about just getting rid of the auto exposure completely. It seems to do more harm than anything else. It must be overriding in the camera. Let's see what happens if I change the pawn. No, it's still a thing. I mean, I could manually adjust the oh, okay. Oh, that's actually really nice. It takes a while, but it eventually gets to the scene that I'm actually looking for. Alright. Now it's way too bright for a change. That's nice. Okay. Back into the details here. Because we increased the maximum. Alright, let's try like 10. Alright. That's too bright. Too bright. Go back. Alright, we have a histogram maximum here. Speed up max. What was this by default? 20? No. Wait, let's see. Auto exposure bias. Oh, this makes it darker. Oh, that's -1. Okay, yeah, let's just set this to -1. Look at that. That's starting to look decent. We are luckily using tone mapper here. That's good. It gets quite annoying when you can't use tone mapper on mobile devices. Let's do -2 then. And we are gonna increase the contrast. So let's make the light from up, which is my directional light, higher. Let's set it to like 2. And let's maybe decrease a tiny bit the intensity I'm getting from the alarm light. Let's just buy 17. Let's do that. And then for timeline alarm, we can no, for timeline light, we can probably keep it around the same. All right. Okay, this is actually looking pretty decent. Yeah, I somewhat like it. Okay, we got some nice reflections here. I think that's when it comes to lighting mostly it. Let's adjust a color collection a little bit more in post process, and after that you can check it in VR, and I would call this close to done. Alright, let's see, we can make the shadows a little bit darker, just a tiny bit. And I want them towards cold, dark, dead. That would be amazing. Alright, let's give them a bit of a bluish color. We don't care about any of this. This is all good, very likely. So let's see, we're gonna do some color grading on everything globally. And increasing the contrast a bit is always a good idea. Then having here a gamma a little bit lower, tiny bit. Generally that's just similar thing as increasing the contrast, right? You would want to increase the contrast and decrease the gamma. Get this very dramatic look. And that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's see. Midtones and highlights. I usually don't mess with that, and I don't think it's really needed right now. Let's do a final build. Let's do higher quality. Let's do high. And then let's test it in VR, and that's about it. Let's see what kind of a result we are gonna get here. Alright guys, I'm gonna be soon done, so if you have any questions whatsoever, it's a good idea to say them now. Or if you're watching it as a video later, say it in the comments. I'll probably answer, or there's gonna be someone else who is gonna be like, what? That's such a stupid question. Have we done already? No, just that fast? Sheesh. Wait, in that case I want epic. I want the production quality. There be gonna be any changes? No, I like it. That case, give me production and build it. Build everything. Alrighty. Alright. Where is my ship? What is this noising? I think there is some denoiser in Unreal. Intel had like a really impressive denoiser, so I would love to use that one if there's an access to it. But there's probably just some NVIDIA stuff that we could use for denoising and upscaling. It's usually pretty fast to use it even in for a actual video game. Right, let's let's first of all get here my door. And then let's get here the ship, and we can test it in VR. Right, we got the ship, we got everything. We have really long unnecessary compensation. So we shall go. Alright, let's try it. Hello, are we crashing already? Alright. Well, I am liking what I'm seeing if I actually manage to move. Alright. Wait, what is that warning? Ah, okay, because I was recording, never mind. Well, you can now see us subtitles as well. You're welcome. Okay, this is not bad. We get some nice reflections from here. It's projecting a little bit of red light on the sides, which is nice. I would probably like to increase the darkness a bit, but like I said, this is most important is how it's gonna look like on the video, so I'm gonna check the recording in a bit. But I think that it looks pretty decent. Can I look up there? No, I don't think I put the collisions on. Oh, excuse me, sir. This is looking catastrophic enough. Amazing. Some snow in here. And now let's talk to the person. Let's talk to the other one. I don't like this one. Hello, sir. Oh, she's not talking with me. Okay, never mind. Hello. Hello, hello. Why are you not talking with me? Oh, she is. Wait, why am I not hearing what she's saying? Is the Azure servers down again? Or do I have just muted Mike? Could you repeat that, please?
69.
I have not programmed this in. This is completely random. Why did you say that?
I am excited to tell you because I know that it would be helpful to you.
Okay, what is it?
The code is 69.
What code?
Code that could be used to help you out of your current situation.
And what is my current situation?
To be at the hangar.
Ah, the speech SDK is bugging out today. Could you repeat that, please?
Yes. I am excited to tell you the second part of the code. It is 69.
Yeah, I mean that part about me being in the hangar.
You are at the hangar working on repairing a crashed ship. The door of the hangar broke and temperature in the room is lowering at fast pace. It will be soon dangerous for humans to be at the hangar.
Alright, so I should probably evacuate, right?
Helping you evacuate.
Got it. Thanks, man. Reflections are nice. The lighting is nice. I think we can call this done. Alright. I think that's about it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, seems like we got no questions, so I am probably gonna turn it off for now. I will be streaming at least every Monday, and hopefully, wait, you are here, at least every Monday. And I would also like to do some streams on random during the week. So if you wanna be here for them, then subscribe, like all this funny stuff. Join the channel, which means subscribe. So yeah, I already said that. That's about it. See you around.